the shoemaker pretends to be blind to catch his cheating wife. In a small, lively village in Nigeria called Amans, there was a young man named John. John was a talented shoemaker, known throughout the village for his beautiful and sturdy shoes. He made each pair with great care, and people came from far and wide to buy his creations. Because of his skill, John became very wealthy. John was also very handsome, with a kind heart and a bright smile. Many young ladies in Amans dreamed of marrying him. But John's heart belonged to a lovely girl named Ada. Ada was not only beautiful, but also very kind. She was John's girlfriend, and they were very happy together. One day, a new girl named Sandra moved to Amans. She was very beautiful and charming. Sandra soon became friends with Ada. But when Sandra saw how rich and handsome John was, she decided she wanted him for herself. Sandra began to feel jealous of Ada and came up with a plan to win John over. Sandra started telling John lies about Ada. She said that Ada was seeing another man and that she was not as kind as she seemed. John, being a trusting person, believed Sandra's lies and started to doubt Ada. Heartbroken by the lies he believed about Ada, John decided to break up with her. He didn't talk to Ada about the rumors. Instead, he turned to Sandra for comfort. Sandra continued to lie about Ada, making John believe he had made the right decision. Soon after, John married Sandra. The village was surprised, but they didn't question his decision. Ada was heartbroken but didn't say a word. She knew the truth would come out one day. A year after their wedding, John had a terrible accident. He fell from a ladder in his shop and hit his head very hard. When he woke up, he realized he couldn't see. John was blind. The news spread quickly through the village, and everyone felt sorry for him. Sandra acted as if she were devastated, but in her heart, she was happy. She thought that, with John blind, she could do whatever she wanted. At first, Sandra took good care of John. She helped him around the house and made sure he had everything he needed. But soon, she started to change. She would leave the house for long hours and wouldn't tell John where she was going. John began to suspect something was wrong. He couldn't see, but he could hear and feel the changes in Sandra's behavior. John decided to listen closely to Sandra's conversations. One evening, he overheard her talking on the phone. She was laughing and talking sweetly to someone. John's heart sank as he realized Sandra might be cheating on him. He pretended to be asleep when she came into the room, but his mind was racing. He had to find out the truth. John decided to pretend that he was still blind even after he regained his sight. He wanted to see for real if his suspicions were true. He knew that if Sandra was cheating on him, she would show her true colors if she thought he couldn't see. One day, John's friend, Ton, came to visit him. Ton told John that he had seen Sandra with another man, who was John's business partner, Kola. Ton had also heard rumors that Sandra was meeting other men in the village. John's heart was filled with anger and sadness. He knew he had to gather more evidence. John continued to pretend he was blind. He noticed that Sandra would leave the house and not return until late at night. He heard her making plans to meet with Kola and other men. John decided to follow her secretly one day. He saw Sandra with Kola, laughing and holding hands. John's suspicions were confirmed. John couldn't keep his anger inside any longer. He confronted Sandra. "Sandra," he said calmly, "I have something to tell you." Sandra turned to him, surprised by the firmness in his voice. "What is it, John?" she asked. "I can see," he said, opening his eyes wide. "I've been able to see for a while now. And I've seen everything." Sandra's face turned pale. She knew she was caught. John told Sandra that he knew about her meetings with Kola and other men. Sandra tried to deny it, but John had seen it with his own eyes. She knew there was no way to talk her way out of it. "I trusted you, Sandra," John said, his voice filled with sadness. "But you betrayed me." John decided that he could no longer live with Sandra. He told her to leave his house. Sandra begged for forgiveness, but John was firm. He couldn't forgive such betrayal. John knew he had made a mistake by believing Sandra's lies about Ada. He went to Ada's house to apologize. "Ada," he said, "I'm so sorry for everything. I was wrong to believe Sandra's lies. Can you ever forgive me?" Ada, with her kind heart, forgave John. She knew that he had been deceived and that he was truly sorry. John and Ada started spending more time together again. They realized that their love for each other had never truly faded. They decided to get married. The village was overjoyed to see them together again. John learned a valuable lesson about trust and forgiveness. He and Ada worked hard to rebuild their relationship. They talked about everything and made sure there were no secrets between them. John went back to his shop and started making shoes again. With Ada by his side, he felt more inspired than ever. They worked together, and soon, John's shoes were in high demand again. The villagers of Amans supported John and Ada. They were happy to see them back together. The community rallied around them, making sure they had everything they needed. John and Ada had a beautiful wedding. The whole village came to celebrate. There was music, dancing, and a lot of food. It was a day filled with joy and love. John and Ada lived a happy life together. They faced challenges, but they always faced them together. Their love grew stronger every day. Moral lesson. To all the viewers, remember this story of John and Ada. Trust is important in any relationship. Always talk to each other, and never believe lies without finding out the truth for yourself. And, most importantly, forgiveness can heal many wounds. John and Ada's story teaches us the value of love, trust, and forgiveness. Let their story inspire you to be kind, honest, and forgiving in your own life.
I hope you enjoyed the tale. If so, please like the video, comment, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more enchanting tales like this one. Goodbye.